Hello, everybody. How's it going? Hey, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to share a few nuggets. My name is Sharita. I finished nursing school, and I just wanted to share some stuff that I was like struggling with, and I had to find my own solutions and how to deal with things. So, I'm going to be talking about medications and calculations, right? I'm not going to go through the whole math section with you guys, but just a little tidbit on what the heck I was struggling with. So, in nursing school, when you're sitting in class and you're doing math calculations, dosages, and stuff like that, right? You have it's back into like grade school. Problem number one, problem number two, and you go through those problems, you dissect those problems, but all the information is right there in that little square box, right? So you're checking that off like bam, bam, bam. I either got this or I don't, but regardless of the matter is that's how that is set up, right? So on an NCLEX, on a HESI, practice questions, whatever, like that is how it's set up. Those numbers, like number one, number two, number three, right? So when you are going through your clinicals, something that I didn't really think to do, or maybe the nurses on the floor was just kind of going through their days and they're just showing you how to do medications, right? How to administer medications. That is awesome stuff, right? Everybody's different, my flow, I didn't really sit down and look at the MAR, or I don't recall sitting down with a nurse and looking at the MAR and how to dissect those things, right? So I am highly suggesting if you get to precepting floors or your clinicals and you have the time, sit down with your nurse on the unit and look at that MAR. I highly suggest and recommend to actually have eyeballs on an actual hospital MAR once you hit the floor with your preceptor, right? And when you're in orientation, they may share with you like an example of the actual MAR. So learning calculations in school and tying that to actually looking at a document of, okay, all right, here's the order, here's the dosing, here's the the route, the frequency, and the priority, and the instructions. Just being able to look at it and break it down and be like, okay, cool, like this is what I'm supposed to administer, because while you're on the floor and you're doing this like real world, you gotta look at everything and have all your ducks in a row and then verify before you actually administer that medication, right? So I'm just going by what I'm currently doing. I'm in orientation. I haven't hit the floor yet, but I think it was just a aha, like wow, oh my gosh, like it was just a wind of like overwhelming sensations to me, like what did I get myself into kind of thing, because maybe a little daunting when you're sitting in a classroom with other experienced nurses and you're a new grad and you're sitting there and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, can I do this? Because that's how I was. So I asked for a sheet of paper just to review, to help me take this piece of paper home to digest it. So they just gave me like an example of a patient, like a practice scenario, and I'm actually looking at everything and I'm just like, okay, cool, this is what I'm looking at. Because when you look at that actual MAR, it's just, I don't know if you watched like High School with Kevin Hart, and he's like sitting down trying to get his GED, and he's looking at all these math problems and everything's just kind of like flying through the air and you're just not grasping anything. Like, yes, that was me in class. Like, I just wanted to like flip the piece of paper over and be like, oh my gosh, so I had to come to terms with myself and be like, hey, listen, I got this. I can do this. I got this far. I can do this. I didn't come all this way just to end it. You know what I mean? So you got to like pump yourself up and give yourself like a pep talk and just breathe. Piece by piece, you will get this. Piece by piece, you're going to overcome this. And yeah, that was that almost like, I think I turned so red and I couldn't breathe and like all the things, right? So I know I got this piece by piece. We all got this. You got this. So if you ever hit like a brick, like a wall of like overwhelming sensations, or just questioning yourself on whether or not you can do this. You can. You got this. Just break it down. Break it down. Find that way that makes it easier for you to understand and break it down. Like, you can do this. It might take a little bit. And it was really easy once I like really sat and looked at it and broke it down. So if I can do this, y'all can do this, okay? But just find your buddy, take a deep breath, watch some YouTube videos if you need help with learning medication calculations. I have some favorites that I like looking at. I like to do dimensional analysis, but I'm not going to keep this video rolling for too long. I just wanted to come in here and just tell whoever is having a hard time with medication calculations to breathe. You know, go through your problems, but also look at real world stuff. Like when you're on the floor and you have the opportunity to look at a MAR, at an actual MAR, like really look at how they have things set up, because it's not, I mean, I already knew that it wasn't going to be like number one, number two, you know, solve this problem, solve that problem, but actually looking at the MAR and actually seeing what you're going to be dealing with in real world scenarios is going to be all about. It helps to bring some of that anxiety down a little bit. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you got some value from this, because if you did, I might share a little bit more in the future. But this was just, you know, this is the current situation of my life right now that I wanted to share out and help another person out. So much love, and hope you have a great day. Kick butt in nursing school, kick butt in the new grad, kick butt on your new unit. You know, just keep it pushing. You know, don't be afraid to ask questions. No question's a dumb question, right? Mwah. Peace.